All right, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Chris, Gunner. We're about to get started. I'm going to hop into some single player for a bit while we all get populated in here. I'm going to check out some of the effect modes from tomorrow's weekend ritual. It's going to be the focus ritual. I think last time I was on focus I played all clear, so we could just keep going down and play combo or target. Not sure what everyone's feeling between those two options. We are so Tetris, yes. And yeah, if you want to play, be sure to hop over into the Enhanced Discord at discord.gg/enhance. We have a running thread right now, and Ferox is putting together some groups here for the showcase. We'll go for about an hour and a half. So let's play some Tetris. Let's play some single player while we get our group set up here. And I am Austin from Enhance, if you are new around here. All right, so yeah, every week, the weekend ritual on Saturdays, U.S. time, or I guess I want to say around 0 UTC. So it rotates each week. So we have the classic, as we can see with our little Zen buddy here on the left, relax, focus, adventurous, and we're currently going to be onto focus. What should I play, combo or target? Actually, I don't have a score for target on here. Play some target. Welcome in, Wabi. Any target fans? I think target is definitely a different way to approach Tetris. So my goal right now is to clear the kind of that, I want to say holographic looking rainbow smoke block on the bottom row there. And over time it will become more difficult to clear that. And you want to try to do so as efficiently as possible. You kind of have to like go against the grain on how you would typically want to stack. Because you can stack a little messy as long as you clear that rainbow block, right? Because your board will be erased following the clears. So in this situation, how would you want to clear that block as fast as possible, right? And I think there's more than one answer here. One thing I see is I typically I really try to hone in on that single row, because you're not going for Tetrises here, right? You're just going for that single line clear. So I would do something like this, personally. But I think there's more than one way to solve each stage. It's going to be pretty tricky to see the most efficient solve instantly. I guess with a lot of practice you probably could, which is the idea. Even here, it's like I kind of want to think a little differently and just create this row, even though it's going to create a really cheesy follow-up. It doesn't really matter for this mode, so. Spend some time. Oh, this one's fun. Again, yeah, just try to focus on each row in particular, not so much like filling everything out. So this top row, if I have enough time here. Ooh, that's a rough misdrop. Now, I don't know if there's an easy way to fix that. Okay, aside from clearing out multiple lines there. Target is the best way to try and clear Minos that are, yes, I'll just say yes. Welcome in Dude Fox Live, playing tonight, I believe. And welcome in Nathan. Any target pros in the chat here have any strats they want to share? I might try to speedrun it a little bit, see if we can get to some of the trickier solves. But same thing, let's focus on that row, so row 2. Fill that out as fast as possible. It's okay if you have the other rows messy. Row 2. You almost like want to be tunnel vision for this mode a little bit. There we go. That was a lot of Tetraminos there, probably not the most effective. But with practice, I haven't played this one in a while. Of course, I have the chops when it comes to speed and whatnot, but that will translate to this to this mode quite well. Probably like good reaction time. Just trying to like decipher what you have to do quickly. It's going to be very helpful in this mode. There's some long-standing records in this mode, if I'm not mistaken. I think Green Tea is still top 5, and so works at Enhance. Use the length of each of these 7 Minos to figure out the best placement. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, because you want to expand. Typically, you're going to be using horizontal placements when it comes to getting that target. Because if you place the Tetramino where it's elongated, it's going to create that row quicker. So yeah, that's a good piece of advice, Nathan. Ooh, this held. There's also like, don't overthink it. If I sit here and think too long on what's the most effective thing, I'm going to lose a lot of time, right? So, just, yeah, you have to have a good balance of like not messing up your board too much, or being efficient, and then also trying to move with some haste here. One thing I like about Connected Versus is the replayability and the music, yeah. 100%. Yeah, with Connected Versus, every time you play... Well, there's so many bosses, right? Oh. I dialed out there. That should be an S, though. All right. Targets the complete opposite. You need to create holes in your stack to get faster. Yeah. Yeah, so you have to kind of go against how you would typically want to stack in Tetris, which is cleanly, because you're just focused on one row, single line clears. Okay, I think we could probably get started with our multiplayer here in a moment. Ferox, if you want to share the group, so I'll get one more run in here, and then we'll hop into Connected Versus. All right, let's go for a big run here. Enough yapping. Actually don't know what my PB is in this mode. Oh no. So I already can tell. I'm trying to move faster, and then I'm probably missing out on more efficient clears, but at least I'm moving here. We'll go for the tuck. Oh no, I didn't see the other block. Okay, so... Well, that ended up being fairly clean. Messed up my board a little bit there. Totally okay. Sometimes I only see one of the blocks and it throws me off. Shoot, what's up? I could have handled that one better. It's a tricky one. Could do a little spin here. Be overzealous, but we can clear both there with a C spin. Ooh, I like this. Spin there. I guess for these later puzzles, knowing your spin options is helpful. Ah, messed that up. Can I do the... Can. A little line spin action. That one's a little tricky, trying to like fill out the right side when it's completely down there. Let's make a little stairway. Uh-oh. Not the best from me there. We're doing pretty good though, I think. Oh, that's rough. Unfortunately, I had 2 long bars. I have a good run going here, kind of. I need to see what... We'll take a look at the leaderboard here. Shout out some players that are definitely probably crushing me. Oh, I don't know if I can fix that. That's a rough misdrop. I guess misdropping in this mode is rough. Wait, no, I shouldn't have done that. Alright, 53, not too bad there. Not too shabby. Playing rhythmically, yeah, I guess, well, that goes to show that Tetris Effect really leans into that. The synesthesia of it all, right? How the sound, the music, all your senses intertwine when you're playing here. Okay. I'm curious on the best target scores. Oh, of course. Naturally, Siaka Gohan, our champion. Our TECWC Trifecta champion. And yeah, Green Tea's still holding up. Number 3 there. We got Jaden, Yushoda. Alright, so I'm nowhere near these scores, am I? I have no idea what my PB is. Let's see. 57, okay. So I wasn't too far off. I think with a little bit of grinding, I can move up there. But yeah, that's target mode, and it'll be active tomorrow for the weekend ritual alongside all clear and combo. I guess next time we do focus, we'll have to do combo. Okay, well, I think we have our group set up here. So group 1, Gunner. Oh, you can see the names. Gunner, Pac-Man, Jabberbox, and Wabi. You'll be in group 1. So let me get a lobby set up for you. And yeah, we'll hop right into our connected verses. If anyone wants to play, head to our Discord at discord.gg/enhance. And the latest ping, the community event ping in our announcement channel should have a link to the thread. Or if you go to the events, it should say it's happening now. Just click on the event details. Oh, I guess that links to our Twitch, but just find our announcement channel. And there should be a link to the thread there. Okay. I'll share the room code in the Discord. Got the controller, very nice. Oh, Green Tea has a 80 plus, probably on PlayStation, yeah. That's pretty impressive. That means that record held for quite a while. Probably one of the longest standing Tetris Effect records in terms of single player leaderboards, if I were to guess. Before Siake Gohan got the 83. What is the longest standing Tetris Effect record? That's a good question. Okay, lobby is up. Share the code on the Discord. Hop on in there. Gunner, Pac-Man, Jabberbox, and Wabi. Oh, that's right. Yeah, PlayStation. The effect modes did change with the Xbox launch. Combo's a bit different there, too. Maybe master mode? Alright, looks like just about everyone's in here just looking for the Wabi. There's the Wabi. Ooh, good timing, everyone. Everyone hopping right in here, even Pac-Man. We're all in here, we're all ready to go. That's what I like to see. Oh, I didn't catch who the boss was. Okay, so our first boss of the night is from Area 4. We have Aquarius. So Aquarius has the squeeze effect, which you see right now. It's going to limit the amount of columns you can place your Tetramino in. And as that levels up, it's going to be harder to deal with. Oftentimes that boss attack will kind of force you to stack a little too high in the center. And you got to be careful. Sometimes you can be a little overconfident and you're going to ruin your stack too quickly if you try to stack fast during the squeeze blitz once it's leveled up. But it's also, this is an Area 4 boss, and Area 4 has signature attacks as well, just across across the 3 bosses in that area. Here, I believe it is high stakes, no hold, and no next. High stakes, no hold, no next. And high stakes being it's just going to drop some vertical eye tetraminos or long bars, the long piece, whatever you want to call that. Whatever your name is for the Tetris block. The Tetris tetramino. Alright, the team got the purple magic Mino, which will help you kind of clean up some of the errors in the stack, so they're looking pretty good. Yeah, right idea. I want to put the purple magic Mino on the right side there to clean up that row. There we go. So 1490 attack from the team. And that's a pretty standard attack. So this should be a balanced matchup. Typically you want to try to get the boss to like a third of the board or higher. Any lower than that and the boss will have a lot of leeway to play more aggressive than usual. So that squeeze attack is in effect, and there is a time to it, so it's not going to last forever. That's a good time for the boss to either defend, queue up the next attack, but sometimes you want to let the squeeze attack just kind of play itself out, right? You don't want to remove it. If you're the boss and you continue to send Tetrises, the squeeze effect might not play all the way out. And that's the reason it's just nice to switch to that defense in order to get rid of the otherwise unclearable rows on your board, right? These white rows that Jabberbox is clearing out here as the boss. Yeah, one final call out to if you want to play in tonight's showcase, be sure to hop in our Discord at discord.gg/enhance. And I think our groups are going to be filling up here, and we only have so much time, so early bird gets the worm. Be sure to sign up if you haven't already. I think we have a fair amount of players here, so we should be looking good. Looks like the team's moving a little faster this time. They have about a quarter meter left here. You can see it depleting around their avatars at the bottom. And once that depletes, the zone will end. If they can get to a 17, let's see, 17? It's gonna be close. Ah, barely. 16, 113 attack. Oh, put a lot of pressure on Jabberbox that time. But now it's going to take a little... Oh, this is just a tough situation, though. Hopefully Jabberbox can get that long bar to the left side using hold there. Oh, you got it. Oh, no, you got to counter rotate. Oh, no. And the team manages to get out of that without too much of an issue. GG. Yeah, we'll get another game in with this group, whether they want to run it back here or switch it up. We'll switch it up. RIP. Welcome in, Liam. Hope you're doing well. Are you all ready for some connected versus tomorrow? To mute my mic for a sec. I think there's something walking around on my roof here. I'm in my loft. Okay. So we have, let's see. It's a pretty quick team zone there from Team Pac-Man, Jabberbox, and Wabi versus Gunner on boss this time. Welcome in Annie and Got Your Sauce. Seems looking pretty good. Once Wabi fills out on the right here, yeah, they're going to be getting to help out Pac-Man get their side of the board up here. In DH. Yeah, be sure to sign up in the showcase thread on our Discord per usual. I think the groups are filling up, so be sure to sign up if you want a chance to play. gonna be a pretty good zone here. Just about a 17. And they're actually stacking quite cleanly. They might be able to get above a 17 here. And Gunner's gonna have trouble dealing with a massive zone. Let's see what happens here. 115. Yeah, that hits hard. It's a really, really clean zone play from our team. Gunner sending a giant Mino there. Hopefully well, that didn't mess with the team too much. Typically, giant benefits from a messier board, so getting an instant giant piece isn't the worst thing in the world for the team. Oh, thanks, Ferox. Okay, so I think Gunner's having some trouble bringing this down. I kind of like the idea of playing a little aggressive. You got to make something happen here, or else if the team hits another massive zone, it's going to be lights out. Not really the easiest situation when the team hits that massive zone. It's doing up at the top of your board pretty early. Let's see, on deck we're going to have... Let me pin this message. Dude Fox Live, Got Yo Sauce, Cool Matt, and Nathan will be in group number 2. I might have time for one more game with group 1 here before we mosey on over into that group. A lot of magic Minos. Look at all the purple Minos. Alright, let's see if Gunner has clutch defense here. It's going to be tough. This team's doing an excellent job getting these big zones here. And yeah, Gunner's going to top out. GG. I think we have time for one more game with this group before we hop into group 2. Looks like so far the teams are victorious. We'll see if a boss can make it out alive in this group. Are they going to run it back or exit? Looks like we're going to mix it up one more time here. Let's see. I have a feeling Wabi. I know Wabi likes to play boss sometimes. Yes, and Wabi, like I said, I had a hunch on that boss, and we got Scorpio. I think that's Wabi's go-to. I almost always see Wabi on the Scorpio boss, which has the signature blitz of speed. They're going to speed up the rate at which your blocks drop. Early on, it's not too bad. But as the game progresses, it gets quite fast. So we'll see if that comes into play here. Wabi opening with that DT cannon. Double T-spin, triple T-spin cannon. It's like an opening sequence. Got the upbeat Area 2 music. We're bumping now. There's that fast blitz. Yes, it's not too bad early on. Yeah, also with Area 2, we have the common blitzes, which are twist and no hold. Twist will kind of like mess up your board a little bit with the columns are going to be offset, and the no hold, of course, you can no longer use your hold cue. You kind of only have to work with your upcoming piece preview. 30G gravity win. We'll see. What are the lyrics for A2? I would love to hear what you think the lyrics are for A2, because I think everyone hears something different. I always think he's talking about heading to LA, or like, I need to hear it actually. Let me see if I can decipher it. Working hard every day, heading to LA, or something like that. Hear the chant during the zone part of the song where they are saying, get off the phone. Get off the phone. Okay, I'm going to try to listen for that. Bring the zone. Team boards are a little bit messy here. They're halfway to their zone. Hitting that max meter for the zone. Team zone. Wabi bumping them up. Pac-Man looking very clean. Jabberbox a little higher, but down stacking just fine. Yeah, team's looking fine, but boss is also looking fine. So we got a matchup ahead here. I think Wabi... Okay, just trying to bring the board down a little bit. Trying to get to that late game Scorpio. We're going to have really fast... gravity the longer the game goes on. Get off the phone. Okay, I hear it. I hear it, Matt. Get off the phone. I like that. I think it's more fun to just kind of think about what it might be saying. There's a popular Daft Punk song called Superheroes that I know a lot of people misinterpret or have a different idea of what it says. Okay. So, yeah, this is a pretty good matchup so far. Another, like, fairly standard attack from the team. The longer the game goes on, the stronger both sides get. So, if the team hits a massive zone, it's going to hit even harder than it would have early on in the game. And also these boss attacks are going to be stronger, and the team, it's going to take longer to charge their zone gauge. So it's like kind of an overtime where both sides get stronger, more volatile. Era 2's music feels reminiscent to Hula Soul's music track from Journey. I can see that. Maybe like the percussion a little bit. If he gets fast and twist again, I might chuck my controller across the room. Focus, Gunner. Well, there's a fast and twist for Gunner there. Keep your hands on your controller. We don't want any broken TVs. All right. Well, Gunner goes down. Their wishes were not met. Hitting all the revives. So, yeah, when you go down as the team, there's like a little circle making its way to the center, under kind of where Gunner's avatar is. You can see the little jaguar. When that circle kind of collapses to the focal point is when you press the rotation button on your controller. Try to get a rhythm there. You can revive sooner than later. So we're going to have a double player zone here. They already had a lot of resources, so they went in with 8 lines cleared already. I think if they want to pressure Wabi, they're going to have to move pretty quick here. With team zones, you can start from the bottom. They tend to be stronger, but you can make up for that with speed if they manage. If they can get something on that right side, it'd be huge. So 61 attack. I think Wabi can... Oh, actually, that is hard. So they did move fast enough for that to make an impact. Gotta be careful stacking that longbow vertically. Yeah, Wabi rethinking that decision. Well, Wabi has some time to get caught up here. I think it looks like Wabi wants to bring the board down a little bit so they can get into an aggressive position here. Just time. Kind of racing against the clock here. The longer Wabi defends, the more time the team has to move quickly here. Oh, an early top out there in the center. Something must have goofed him up. So that's a sigh of relief for Wabi. Wabi's gonna execute this blitz. We got the fast twist, Gunner's favorite. And Wabi's gonna use this time to defend. This fast is going to be rough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This leveled up Scorpio is not easy to deal with unless you are capable of managing that master speed. But, all right, Wabi takes the win. Our first boss win of the night. GG's. No, my revive. Okay, so we can hop over to group number 2. Thank you all, group number 1. Got some good games in there. So, Dude Fox, Got You Sauce, Cool Matt, and Nathan hop on into our lobby here. GG. Gunner, did you, were any controllers thrown? A bit unfortunate we don't have 180 IRS. Oh, like double rotate? 180 IRS. Would you just like press the rotation button twice during the IRS phase? That's interesting. Controller wouldn't stop vibrating. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, you should be able to turn off the vibration. Yeah, you were pretty close to the top there, Wabi. Clutched it out. If you tap counterclockwise button as a piece would spawn already rotate. Okay. That's interesting. I'll be honest, I don't think Tetris Effect really has had that feedback, Annie. So it's probably just, I don't think many people were asking for that, at least when the game was receiving frequent community-based updates, right? I would have been at an elevated risk of topping out otherwise. By holding both rotation buttons? That's kind of an interesting concept. Alright, how's our group looking here? Looks like everyone's in here, I think. We have, who's DH? Matt is here. Dude Fox Live. Oh, I see. Okay, so we have 5 players in this group. Okay, so we'll just cycle through. Guy Sauce spectating with me for round number 1 here. When you all ready? I'm ready. Let's do this. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, Graspelt, the game's not in active development, but it's a never say never kind of thing, because who knows if we'll do another support patch or anything like that, right? If it calls for it. Ooh, Dude Fox Live and DH using some spam strategies here. With that being said, everyone is spamming, so they started the zone with 4 lines. Ideally, you hop into the zone with 0 lines cleared. Wow, my game just crashed, says Annie. Oh, Annie's not here. Okay, I was like worried for a second. Okay, pretty quick 17 here. Nathan with 5 orbs. Kind of a messy board, though. Oh, no. Okay. Fortunately, the defense was pretty good there from Nathan before then. Mixing in some T-spins. They want to find their way to that right column. So we got that no next. So, of course, we have the Area 5, the final boss, Tetramidian. You never know what you're going to get. That's both the strength of the boss and the weakness, because it can take a little bit longer to charge the Tetramidian attacks. But there could be some brutal sequences only available on the Tetramidian boss, like Giant combined with something that kind of makes your board uneven, or twins combos can be kind of rough. I'm sure, chat, if you have any brutal combos that there's really no answer to, I'd love to hear it for the Tetramidian. Nathan moving pretty quick, though. Ah, yes, the Alt and F4 combo. I don't recommend that one. That is an unofficial combo. Alright, so Dude Fox Live, under pressure, they're going to top out. DH at the very top here. Ooh, a little misdrop, so Matt's going to have to clutch it out. Matt might be able to enter a solo zone if they want to flex here. Or Matt could wait to try to get another player alive. You will technically have stronger zones with the players. If you move fast enough as a single player, you can kind of put on some damage, though. Might be able to catch the boss off guard. Matt's got to be careful, though. With the bump up here, it could be over. It might be best to just, like, to just move on. Oh, no! That's why you don't always want to wait for the players, but the twist plus the giant... That's what I said earlier. Yeah, giant pieces, when you have your board uneven, it's brutal. The thing is, when you play against Taurus as a boss, you expect the giant pieces, and you can like mentally prepare for it or set up your board for it. And yeah, that did not... You are unable to do that against the Tetramidion. All right, we'll see if the teams shake it up here a little bit. Gaio Sauce might tag in. Hard block with giant or twins is devastating. Yep. Okay, so we're back into Area 4. Leo, we got the invisibility blitz. You won't be able to see your field or your matrix. So Area 4, once again, yeah, high stakes, no hold, no next are the Area 4 blitzes found on Capricorn, Aquarius, and our current boss, Leo. But Leo's signature attack is hide field. For a certain amount of time, the field will not be visible, and as it levels up, it'll stay invisible longer. Earlier is when you place Tetraminos, you see your field for a brief moment, and that window of visibility is shorter, or it's a lower frequency as the game goes on and as the boss levels up here. Okay, so we got some misdrops on our boss's side here. See if Dude Fox Live can clean this up. The team is looking scary right now, so this could be rough. Oh, with that misdrop, it is over. I say we, let's run that back. Let's do one more try, Dude Fox, if you're down for it. Kind of had a rough start with the Matrix there. ASS SSB. Wonderful grades there from our team. All right, run it back, run it back. That was really fast. Team zone charge. Yeah, the higher level these lobbies become. The first zone charge is usually super fast. Just get right into that team zone. Dude Fox also is dropping here again. Setting up for T-spin though, so I can make up for that a little bit. My advice, especially because T-spins aren't quite as strong and connected, keep it simple, go for the Tetrises more often than not, and let the T-spins be more obvious. Of course, that at a certain point, yes, if you are a god player, go for those T-spins, but there we go, nice down stack for Dude Fox Live. Just running in some misdrops. But looking a lot better this time. Still a massive zone from the team. There's that hide field. Seems pretty good. They're not being thwarted by the hide field. That's a good skill check. Alrighty, nice down stack from Dude Fox Live. They're going to need a pretty strong defense here. Nathan has an open well entirely to the bottom of the board, so there's a lot of potential for this upcoming zone to hit hard. Nice use of the magic Mino there to fix that open column. That was kind of blocked off by a raised row. And that's going to be lights out. That was really good team play. And it's going to be tough, especially on Leo, to... I feel like when the team is playing through the invisibility like it's nothing, that's when you know you're in some trouble. But nicely played from our team. I think we have time for another rotation here, if DH wants to tag back in. And then we'll hop into our third group here soon. Yes, GG's. Oh, by the way, yeah, thank you everyone that filled out the survey. Codes will be getting sent out. I should be able to send out those codes actually following the stream. We were just kind of taking a look at all that this week. So, yeah, it was really good feedback for, you know, when we host events and stuff like that. A lot of you guys really want to see Saturday events still, so we'll have to consider putting that back into the rotation. Yeah, very helpful for us, and we're looking to do a little bit of a community event refresh here in the next month or so, so just stay tuned for that kind of stuff. And thanks for your feedback. So we'll be sending out 3 Luminous Arise game codes probably shortly after the stream, so take a look in your, you may see something in your inbox if you filled out the survey. When it's group 3, may I request certain boss combos for Midian? Request certain, like you want to turn off certain attack types and stuff? I'd be open to it. You want to be OP? All right. It's fine by me, Annie, if you did want to play like a special Tetramidian boss. I assume the team would be open to that as well, whether it's more challenging and or just fun to play against. You'll see, like, turn on Trimino only, or not Trimino, the broken only. Again, 3 bosses, and the boss can choose from the 3 remaining bosses. Boss can choose. You mean the 2 remaining? I think we did bans initially for TCWC, but then realized it's kind of overcomplicating it, and you could just pick. Both teams will be able to pick 2 strong bosses, anyways. Yeah, of course, open to any ideas when it comes to that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of people have a different idea for connected tournaments. By the way, feel free to host one. I'm sure the community would love to participate. You know, where if you want help with that kind of stuff, you could always let me know. Alright, so a fairly standard attack on Nathan's side from our first team zone. We have the Sagittarius, yeah, as we just saw, the laser attack, kind of the signature attack of this boss. And yeah, we're also on Area 1, which can be one of the hardest areas for high-level players, because across all Area 1 bosses is the soft drop only blitz, so you can't hard drop, you can't move super fast. So it serves as a massive limiter. If you're playing against somebody that's just a Tetris god, Area 1 is going to be your friend to slow them down a bit with that soft drop only blitz. And there's also Rain, where it just kind of drops Minos onto your board. Right, no repeat areas. I think both teams were allowed to run. I think it was no repeat areas for the same team. So both teams could run Area 4 if they wanted, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if we changed that. I would have to double check. It's been a while. But yeah, I think connected team tournaments, there haven't been a whole lot outside of TCWC, so if you guys want to see more of that kind of thing, even if it's like more chill tournaments on our showcase timing here in the future, could be open to that. Okay. Okie dokie. Looking like possibly a 17-18 zone here. Oh, didn't quite get that magic Mino there in time. And Nathan's going to top out there. Big pressure from the team. GG's. Okay, I think that should be good for Group 2. We're going to hop into Group number 3. So thank you all for playing and hopping in. Oh, you had Nerf 2 on? Why'd you have Nerf 2 on? I just realized you had that on. Oh, I'm not hopping in there. Okay. So Group 3, hop on in here. We have Toad, Moose, Grasspelt, Annie, Liam, and Salil. Yeah, this should be a good group. Some big hitters in here. Salil doesn't play ranked, but they're always destroying in our custom lobbies. Then we have Grasspelt. So I think potential for some big zones here for sure with these players. Who are we missing? So just Annie, Toad, Liam. Oh, we have a big group here. But we have some time, so we can be sure to rotate with our larger group here. So Annie, what did you want to do with the boss? You can let me know in Discord or here in Twitch, I guess. So with, yeah, there are some custom options where we can, if you're playing as Tetramidian, you can disable certain boss attacks. So you can kind of like customize your Tetramidian a bit. So your Tetramidian could only be Taurus and, say, Scorpio, for example. Only Libra and Gemini. Libra and Gemini, interesting, okay. Let's try that. The Libra, Gemini, Tetramidian. I'm actually curious how this will play out. All right, yeah, when you guys are ready, I'm ready. I know we're missing a few others that signed up. Toad and... Or is it just Toad? Oh, okay. Oh, it was 5 players. Why did I think it was 6 players in this group? Did Liam have to leave? Oh, not making it home in time. I see. Okay. Hard field and twin blocks. Yeah, it should be interesting. What would be a fun Tetramidian combo to set up here? I'd be down to try some other combos while we're in this school of thought here. Pretty fast team zone here. The T-spin double style points, 124. That's really fast. But very nice defense. Annie has the speed, so. But yeah, you're definitely going to want the speed to defend some masterful team players like this. Ooh, some of this drops. We'll still have the double T-spin set up here. I'm going to just bail on that. Oh no, I had trouble with the S-spin, or the Z-spin there. And earlier top out. You're welcome to replay this. We can run it back if you would like to, Annie. Round 2. Grass spell opening with a perfect clear. Will we see it? Will we see it? We will not see it. So it's twin pieces. Is that hard field? Yeah, this is an interesting combo choice from Annie. I do want to see how this plays out in late game if we can get to it. I feel like it could be brutal. Okay, pretty clean zone. Now, I'm not so sure on Moose, but I know Grass Pelt and Solil can get some massive zones here. We might be able to get a 20+ zone with these two players here on the team. All right, I think Annie's cooking this time around. Maybe a little warmed up. notice in Annie's moniker or username here, but the TGM. I know Annie plays a lot of TGM. So should be adept at moving quickly. So, oh yeah, oh man. Ooh, interesting twin piece spin there from Moose. No hold, hard blocks. So with hard block, there's two things to keep in mind. One, you just kind of gotta move fast. You're bound to have some issues. Just kind of work through it and downstack following the misclear. But two, if you keep your hard blocks more horizontal than vertical, you're gonna have to clear less lines. For example, if you have a hard I tetramino, you place it vertically, that means you have to clear 8 lines to get rid of the wake that it leaves, right? Whereas if you put that I tetramino horizontally, it's only 2 lines that you have to clear to get rid of it. Alright, so it's a pretty good matchup. And he's got to be a little careful up here. Pretty good though. Trying to get some attacks in before any defense happens. Could try to even go all in here. Yeah, let's see what Annie decides to do. Team has a little bit of a mess on their board. Lil is usually a pretty good down stacker. Might be able to clutch it out if it comes to that. No hold, hard block here. Yes, Lil place that L tetramino horizontally. Alright, attack incoming for Annie. Team's about 2/3 of the way already. I think Annie's having trouble finding pressure with this combo against these players, at least. Still is pretty fast, throwing speed at the hard blocks. There's the twin block plus spin. Now these twin blocks have leveled up a little bit. They're going to be harder to deal with. Play some Luminous after this. I'm playing a lot of TC lately. Yeah, it's gonna mix it up. They each kind of scratched a similar itch, but also a different itch at the same time. Oh, Annie! Probably, well, I guess the team was about to enter zone, so I think Annie was taking a risk by not defending as much, trying to get a lot of pressure with the Libra plus Gemini attacks, twin plus hard block. Wasn't quite able to break through this team. Team was crushing it. So GG. Nice try there with the combo. That was an interesting combo. I'd be down to try more Tetramidian combos. If anybody else wants to do that, feel free to poke me on that in the Discord. I don't know if Toad is Toad even around here. I don't see Toad online on Discord. We could just keep going with this group if not. Oh wait, no, Toad is here now. I'm sorry. We could probably cycle Toad in. We're also going to cycle in It's Sam for our last group here. Yep, we'll hold for a sec if anyone hops in here. Yeah, it's a rough combo, Annie. Especially against good players. I'm trying to think what other combos would be fun. Maybe we can take a look as a group here. Be curious to know what everyone thinks. feel like Taurus is always good, combined with other signature blitzes. About Taurus and Twin Pieces, just giant Tetraminos the whole time. Giant and Twin cancel each other out. Cancer plus Gemini or Giant would be funny. But yeah, if anyone wants to try any other crazy combos, let me know. Restore default before I forget. Don't be shy if you guys want to hop in here. I don't know if Toad... I don't see Toad in here yet. But yeah, Sam, you can hop in here. Honestly, we don't have to sit here too long. If Toad shows up, we'll cycle Toad in, but all we have everyone here. Salil or Moose, you can hop in for a game. Oh, okay. Toad got tagged. Oh, okay, Toad's here. Perfect. Don't be shy. Hop on in. We got Taurus, so we'll see some giant blocks. Giant Tetraminos. You know what I would love to see for like zone battle or something? It would just be like giant Tetramino zone battle. All right. Let's hop on in. Good luck, have fun, everybody. I love broken pieces, says Annie. Oh, did we get a Capricorn swap? I thought it was Taurus. Oh, we did. Broken pieces. We also have Trimino and Pentamino. So, just not Tetraminos. All right, a lot of verticality to this team zone to start, but it's not so bad when you can throw the Magic Minos in there as well. And, well, anyways, they got long bars, so it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, Toad on our boss. Finding a Tetris, set up for T-spin. It's nice to bail on it. Totally fine. Pentamino zone battle. Do invisible Pentamino. Some other combination zone battle. All right. Okay, so good movement so far from Toad. I don't see too many misdrops. So, looking good on boss. And yeah, so Capricorn, like I said, has the Trimino, Pentamino broken. But Area 4 also has no hold, no next options, I believe. And then High Stakes, where it drops the I Tetramino, or the long bar, onto your board vertically. So there's a lot you have to play around when it comes to Area 4, typically. I think it has more common blitzes than any of the other areas, if I am correct. This boss in particular has 6 different blitz options when you consider the common blitzes, so it'd be pretty hard to play around. Alright, let's see if we can get a big zone here. If you find large zone clear satisfying, I know Grass Pelt has a YouTube channel pretty much dedicated to that kind of stuff. Alright. That's a pretty good attack, 142 from our team. Yeah, it's going to put some pressure on Toad. Toad, not... This is actually pretty workable as a boss. As long as you're not too anxious about being this high up. Not afraid of heights. A misdrop can spell disaster, though. If you're stacking in those last few rows. But Toad has room to work with here. Alright, finding the T-spin double. Annie getting a little high up here. And we have no next Pento. No next Pento. Pretty good reaction time from Annie there. Oh, one thing players like to do when you have no next is you might see them hold more often than not. I say that, but we're not really seeing a hold out of Annie. But you can kind of use the hold queue as your next queue. So everyone on the team kind of feeling the pressure. I say that Grass Pelt's fairly low. Not feeling too bad there. A few more attacks could put pressure on Sam in our center. But it's looking like they're going to get to that zone gauge. So let's see. They're actually not that low to the bottom here. How many lines are going to be cleared here? Oh, 4 lines. Okay, that's not bad. The more lines you enter the zone with, the more dampened or weakened your zone attack becomes. So if you enter with like 10 lines, your attack only has so much potential. 4 isn't that bad. But ideally, you would enter with 0 in a perfect world. Ooh. 187, that's pretty big. Toad ready and waiting with the Tetris. Nice defense from Toad. Nice skim, that long bar. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. If you misdrop in the top, like, 3 rows, it's going to spell disaster. Does use IRS to kind of navigate here. Very nice. That was close. With that being said, this is allowing the team to really kind of speed through this. Already 2/3 of the zone gauge and not under much pressure at all. So despite that very nice survival from Toad, wasn't able to kind of get into a scoring position or like attacking position. Could go all in on defense here, I guess. If Toad can get another massive defense. That's going to be hard, though. All right, let's see it. And there's always a chance that the team could choke. So you gotta play it out. Oh, that's a rough misdrop for Toad. Because Sam and Annie are a little high on the board if any misdrop did occur. Nice use of that Magic Mino. I think it looked like a misdrop, but then Sam cleaned it up with the Magic Mino. Annie is cut off here. Able to kind of skate over with some of these Minos, though. 230 attack. There's no way, right? There's no way. All right. That was a good match. Nicely played from the team. Some nice defense in there from Toad. It's a little too high for comfort, I think, on that final phase we had. Yeah, great game. I think we have time for at least one more here. Try to get in as many games as possible. If you sat out already, be sure to hop in. GG. Alrighty. Depending on how fast this goes, it'll be either our last game or we might have time for one more. That was a good match. I agree, Wabi. I think we're all on the same page there. Oh, we got Annie Boss. I think Annie likes to play boss. Oh, we're doing another. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to do another Blitz request for Tetramidian. So just Cancer, Libra, Scorpio. Cancer, so we'll have the unstable Blitz. Libra will have the hard block Blitz. Oh, so just like a Area 2 Tetramidian. That's cool. Interesting. That could actually be very nice, actually. I feel like, well, Area 2 bosses are designed to play around the common Blitz, so I like the idea of just doing like a area boss. Actually, I really like that. Okay, should be ready. So Annie is Area 2. I don't know if we've done that before. I like it. Orange Taz, welcome in. Playing any Tetris? Alright, of course we are in our higher level group. That first zone is going to approach quite quickly. We entered that zone. I feel like this first zone is always so pivotal in determining, like, as a boss, how aggressive you can play. Because you want to get to these later levels without having too much defending yet, so you can get your attacks charged and really apply the pressure. Good offense is a good defense when it comes to boss play. Can't wait for hard block into fast. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. And Annie's a pretty good pilot, quite quick, so yeah, let's see how this plays out. Yeah, both unstable and hard block are going to give you a messier board. It's going to be harder to kind of work with a messy board, especially if you have a mess in the middle of your board. Because if you're playing around fast, ideally you have a higher center, and you can't really plan for that when Scorpio is being thrown at you randomly. And or hard block and or unstable, or hard block and unstable will possibly create like a messy center for you, where it's going to be harder to navigate that higher gravity to at least score Tetrises and T-spins. Let's see here. What would be the strongest? I feel like the Area 4 boss would be brutal. I guess Area 1 boss cumulative is also very strong. These boards are going to look like cheese more than pop out. Yeah, you might be right about that. I think Tetramidian, you still kind of charge your attacks slightly slower to make up for the randomness, right? So there's like a mild handicap here. There is still that random effect to some extent, and these attacks should all play off of each other. Do we still get common blitzes from other areas, or is it only the common blitzes from the chosen bosses? That I'm kind of unsure on still. Take a closer look. They're fast. Pass bump up. Hard block, follow up. But Moose has kind of a weird board going on here. Does manage to clean it up a bit. I see the spot there for the J, Moose, but I don't know if there's a pot. I love when you like see options and you don't even know if you can spit it in, but you still try. I do that all the time. Unstable follow-up. I think Toad's just going to wait this unstable out. Not a bad idea. Just in time. Kind of a messy center, though, like I'm saying on Toad's board. Toad's handling it pretty good, though. Now has that higher center. Still not too easy. Scorpio is going to get leveled up here. Look at that hard block follow-up's brutal. And he's going to want to try to top out Toad or play defensive here. Oh, cool spin from Annie. Only 4 rows on Annie's side, so Annie should be able to defend this properly. Given no misdrops. Game-ending misdrops. It's ending up being a pretty good game. I think it's safe to say this Area 2 combination is stronger than our Gemini hard block combination so far. Or it kind of like plays well with each other. So bump up, unstable. Born has a pretty decent board to work with. Got to be careful a little bit with unstable. I think unstable is going to be the answer, because unstable plus a hard drop, or hard block or speed follow up. I think unstable into hard blocks going to be pretty hard to deal with if that comes up. There's our hard block. Nice spins from Moose there to kind of like survive at the top with unstable, get some line clears. Now this is looking fairly favorable to Annie finally with the state of the game here. So we got fast, a lot of verticality on their boards, so it's going to be harder to play fast. Toad did a good job filling it out. Moose is kind of in trouble though. Yeah, Moose tops out. You know who's clutching it out so far is Salil. Salil is under zero pressure, crushing it with all these blitzes. I didn't realize Salil was that low. I don't think they were, but Salil doing a good job down stacking. So it's turning out this is going to probably be our last game of the night. But hey, as long as this match goes on, you guys are going to hold me hostage here. That's not a bad thing. Being a Tetris hostage, I'm cool with. Twist action. We haven't been seeing the common blitzes too often. Okay, hard block. Yeah, Wabi, I feel like some late game fast is going to need to be hitting hard, ideally onto a messy board, because these are very experienced players, as we see. Salil does have an awkward board finally here. Not really good. Could try to explode intentionally. Just trying to delay it out. Very nice. Okay. We go to a team zone. Annie mixed in some defense along the way, so I was looking poised to defend here, but longer... Wait. Oh no, Salil topped out? That could not have been intentional. I probably trying to push the limit here to get a big zone attack. And Salil is quite the clutch player, so if Annie can get into this attack phase without Salil for a little bit, there's a chance of topping this team out. That was a pretty good attack, though, for two players from Toad and Moose. All right, well, let's see how Annie approaches this now. Farming T-spin doubles. Kind of a good move to do when you're higher up on the board. Going for Tetrises might be a little... it takes more space, so... Even though it's harder to kind of stack for T-spin doubles with the one-piece preview, it might pay off here for Annie. You can still have a sense of what Tetraminos are upcoming based on what you've received so far. Yeah, can kind of stack participants that way without too much issue if you're a high-level player. Now, Moose is not surviving that. We'll see if Toad can survive this. Salil is back in the game. And still low to the board because I revived. So now the players are going to be a little bit staggered here. Ooh, that's a ugly looking board for Toad here. Toad got a few long bars, filling it out. And look, these hard blocks up high are not fun. Yeah, it's like you're not actually clearing anything. And that bump up, I don't think Toad can spin in there. Yeah. Well, now Salil, because of that late revive, it might actually work out for them. I have a long match on our hands here. This is beyond disruptive. Yeah, I think Area 2 generally becomes so strong when you do level all the attacks. Look at all those hard blocks. Like, you can't really downstack that appropriately. In the twist, now we're getting this, like, late game Area 2 seems brutal. Like, Salil is quite the downstacker, but honestly, like, what do you even do against this? You probably throw speed at it, kind of intentionally hitting these unstables. At least for a moment. Okay, we got fast. Honestly, I guess the players probably want fast more than anything right now, especially if they're competent on their master level speeds. Let's see if this messes with Salil at all. It's going to like be really fast for a second towards the end there. Okay. So I think Salil did have to move up their board a little bit. Now these revives are taking a lot longer too. Now Salil is at the top of the board. Can Moose revive in time? If Salil gets Tetrises and T-spins, it will reduce the amount of time needed to res for both players. You'll see like Salil throw little orbs their way. Now Salil's at the very top. If there's a bump up here, there's a twist, but it actually cleared a few lines. Will Salil try to stay in the game? That's the question here. It's going to be really hard to downstack this. No hold either on this speed. Yeah, fast. And Salil does top out, but did clutch it out for the team. Moose going to be in trouble here with this unstable blitz. Nice work with the L and J spins there. Oh man, what's this next attack? Speed. Okay, good luck, Moose. No hold speed again. Man, it's just like, yeah, so because of how messy these boards are, even if you are able to play on these master speeds, if you don't have a high center, you're not going to be able to put the Tetraminos where you want them to go. Especially when you're up that high, it's just like, you're not going to be able to set up a higher center. You might intentionally try to do that when you play in the 20G. So getting speed at the very top of your board is brutal. Alright, can Toad clutch it here, intentionally blowing up some of these blocks, which is an option. So that's twist. Got a immaculate, look at that beautiful board on Toad's side. Okay, Salil's almost back. If Toad can manage to hang in just a little longer. Oh, we have a hard block. 3 hard blocks here. So that's not going to clear. Oh, man. It's so close. Can you blow up hard blocks with unstable? Actually, don't know. Can you? Yeah, that's a good question. Can you erase, if you have unstable blocks next to each other, do they get rid of the hard block? Oh, man. That was brutal. Nice game. That's a good one to end it on. GG. Well played. That was a cool combo. We should do more of the team blitz, like, or team combinations, if you know what I mean. So we should do maybe area 3, 1, 4, and 1, 3, and 4 for next time. In about a month here, 3 weeks, or no, wait. I guess 6 weeks or sooner. We'll see, because we might update our community schedule. But alrighty, that was a lot of fun, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and playing some games to kick off the weekend. Of course, we have Connected versus Ranked queue open tomorrow. You can hop in there or hang out in our Discord tomorrow if you're just looking to play some casual games, maybe some Area 5, the Maniac mod, Hyper mod if you dare. But yeah, feel free to hang out on our Discord tomorrow, discord.gg/enhance. And we'll be back here, at least in a few weeks. We'll have a Luminous stream next Friday. And yeah, I hope all of you are ready for your weekend. You know I am. And play some Tetris, play some games, play enhanced games, play other games. There's some amazing games right now. I've been on that Slay the Spire 2 action, playing some Satisfactory. So many good games. But of course, play some Tetris and Luminous too. All right, everyone have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe, have some fun. Hopefully you have some good weather in your parts, wherever you are. And I will talk with you all next week. Bye, everybody.